Jessie woo, VVS. I just turn the water on. Big old flex. You never saw before. He's chasing me like waterfall. Jessie woo. What's up, guys? It's your sister, Jessie Woo. Welcome to another episode of Just a Couple Things, y'all. Your favorite podcast hosted by me, Jessie Woo. Now, before we continue with this episode, are you subscribed? Subscribe. Are you subscribed? Okay, get subscribed. Hit that subscribe button right now if you watch me on YouTube. And if you are listening to me from the audio version, make sure that you hit follow. So if you're on Spotify, Just a Couple Things, hit follow. If you're the Apple people, Just a Couple Things, hit follow. That's me waiting for you to hit follow now. Come on now. All right. Go ahead and hit follow so we can continue with the podcast episode. All right. So I have a very, very, very especial guest for today.
Yes.
My homie, my girl, my sister. The one, the only Blue Telusma.
Hello, Jessie. You are delightful.
I am?
That was a really good intro.
Really?
I EP so many pods. I be looking at it as produce. That was a really good intro, Jessica.
Okay, period.
She's a professional. I love
Thank you
that.
so much. Okay, Blue, before we get into, because we're going to have a lot to talk about now.
We do.
Before we get into just a couple things that we're going to discuss, tell the people who you are,
Oof.
what you bring to the universe.
Ooh, bon Dieu.
How
Okay.
can we follow you? How can we support you?
I'm Blue Telusma. I'm a writer, a producer, and an emotional intelligence coach who specializes in ego death and self-mastery. Yeah, it's a lot. So basically, a lot of therapists come to me. A lot of celebrities come to me. I'm the person who coaches them to strategize how to have a healthier, happier, more emotionally regulated life. Yeah.
What has been your biggest challenge in your work?
My biggest challenge, honestly,
Especially with celebrities.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? I'm also neurodivergent. And if you've ever met somebody who's a high-functioning autistic person, lying comes very hard to me. And Hollywood is based on telling pretty lies. So there are a couple of celebrities who wanted to be my friend and assumed that I would want to be their friend, and I didn't.
Lord.
And I told them I didn't. And
Lord.
now, you know, there's some parties that I can't go to.
Well, damn.
But here's the thing, though.
what the fuck? Just because you ain't want to be friends?
People always think that if I'm rich and famous, you must want to be my friend.
That's true.
Yeah. I don't think celebrities are used to being rejected. And it's never like a nasty thing. I'm an integrity coach. If you have no integrity, why are you surprised? There's one person in particular in the industry who she cannot stand me. She's incredibly talented. And I will never be a hater. But I also recognize that when you're a truth teller, you have to understand what comes with it. That means
Are you
there's
going to
some.
say who?
No, I'm not gonna say it, child.
Okay, you wanna tell me after?
I can't afford to say it.
Okay, after.
It's a lot of money for me to say.
Oh, no, oh, damn.
No, it's A-list.
Okay, tell me after.
I got A-list
Okay.
enemies, y'all. But
Well,
no,
damn.
I'm a good person, though. Everybody else like me. It's 1 out of 100. Okay, this is going poor.
Oh my
You
God.
see, I'm compulsively
Blue, what's
honest.
going on?
You know what? She asked me a question.
Okay.
And the answer I gave was the answer that Twitter would have gave.
Damn, Blue, you couldn't give her a little.
No, because I would have had to lie
smooth-
otherwise.
Okay. There's lying, and then there's, just a little
It was a yes or no
fluff.
question. It was either yes or
Okay.
no, and the answer was no.
Tiffany Haddish.
No, y'all not gonna do this to me. I'm on camera with a lot of people, so I can't. Jessica, I'm gonna look away. Hey y'all, Jessica's trying to get me.
Okay, you'll tell me after the show.
I will
ain't
tell you
gonna-
after the show. I will tell you after the show. But no, I'm actually a confidant a lot. And the thing that people don't realize is when you work in politics and entertainment, there's a lot of 3 a.m. phone calls for things that people pretend are happening organically. So there's a lot of times where I'll see Twitter or Threads talking about something, and I know what actually happened at 3 a.m. when we conceptualized it, and I kind of have to just like pretend.
Oh, hell to the no.
My nickname is Olivia Nope. They call me if they want to make sure they're not going to get dragged. That's kind of like my job. Like I'll pre-drag you so they
So I could hire you for something like that?
No, I do a lot of crisis management work.
Oh, damn.
But like officially I'm a writer, right?
Okay.
That's what I say on my taxes. I'm a writer.
Okay, period.
Yeah, period.
Oh my God, I didn't know. I knew you was writing, and I knew you was therapizing people.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that deep. Now.
Well, I'm not a therapist though. I'm a coach because there's some things that I say during my coaching sessions that a therapist could not say.
Okay.
Yeah, 40% of my clients are therapists.
Damn.
They often need the most loving care.
Kiana ever came through?
No, although we've been in the same room.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a story that I can't
Did
tell
she
about.
Did she put your head in her bosom?
No, but I did spend some time with Jonathan Majors before he.
Oh, he the bosom baby. She.
He actually said a joke. He was like, Blue, I have a lot of therapists. You want to be my next one? It was a joke, but I was like, It was a joke. I know he's a kind man in person.
Was he wearing Frederick Douglass boots when he asked you this question?
He's always been very kind to me. He's always been lovely to me. He sincerely loves his girlfriend, his wife now.
Amen.
I can honestly say, I'm not an apologist for anybody who's done anything.
Yeah.
But I can honestly say, when you're in the room with them, it's very clear that he's in love with her.
Really?
Like in love with her.
I just always felt like it was not real because unfortunately, I feel like Megan fell on the sword as a black woman while he was in a DV case with a white women's.
Yeah, and she's a well-documented baddie who's had some interesting relationships. I get it. I get the optics. But when there's no cameras and I'm having lunch with him and we're having a meeting.
Were y'all down to the Red Lobsters?
No, it was actually it was in WeHo. But he was looking at his phone like, hold on, I have to text Megan. And like he's smiling. You can see all his teeth. He's in love with that lady. It's just little old me in my sweatpants at a restaurant, like with my little.
Really?
He was in love with that lady. There was no cameras, no paparazzis in real life.
Okay, period.
Look at me vouching for people.
No, I stand correct. Listen, I stand corrected. I just always did not like how everything came about. But you know what? You never know people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you never know people. Hey, they might really be in love. Who knows? But
and also think about it, right? Devon left her. And now that guy you're dating is obsessed with you. If I've been left from being the first lady of the church, I would want a man who's obsessed with me and thinks the sun rises and sets on me.
But why would Devon leave you?
Oh, bon Dieu. I don't want to speculate. See, so this is the part where I
know. Yeah, we just gonna clock out. We're gonna clock out. But yeah. All right. So anyway,
Jess, what's in the air? I'm sharing too much. We just got started.
Speaking of leaving bitches, let's talk about Forever really quickly.
What kind of segue? Okay.
Forever on Netflix. Okay, Forever on Netflix.
Excellent. Shout out to Mara Brock Akil.
Amazing. I just wanted someone to just chit chat with this really quick. This is just a couple things about Forever on Netflix. Overall, what was your assessment of that series and the messaging in that series?
What I got from it was that, number one, black boys need fathers. Because so many of the things that I love that happened, a father was necessary. Number two, as a community, we need to see men and women working together and knowing that their roles can't be interchangeable. And when you watch the series, there were some things that the father knew as a man raising a boy that only he could say. And then there were some things that a mother could think about keeping her son safe that only she could say. And everybody had a role. And people also need to see what it's like when parents can admit that they're wrong. As a Haitian Cuban woman who grew up in a immigrant household, a parent admitting that they have fault is something I never saw. I never saw parents say that.
Apology? No, pas comme ça. Apologize? No, we don't know how to do that.
And also, we also have to talk about the ways that young girls try to connect and how they're hypersexualized. And emotional intelligence of the kids in that show is higher than most of the guys that I try to date as an adult.
No, seriously.
They were highly emotionally intelligent.
Seriously. I think Justin, even though he had, I think it was ADHD.
And he was a Pisces.
Lord.
You know the water signs be going through it.
No, my daddy is a Pisces and so is my mother.
Oh,
and then I'm a
you
Cancer.
Okay? Oh, wow.
Do I look okay?
Yeah. Wow.
Do I behave like an okay person? Yeah.
Nobody was stable. Okay.
No, nobody, child. We were just all just in there, just Lord. But I feel like Justin showed up for Keisha in ways that, damn, I feel like even like in my adult, whether it was dating or whether it was like situationships, whatever, just a basic, let me be there for you.
Yeah.
Let me step up for you. I feel like I saw more of that in a 16-year-old than I've seen in like 40-year-old men.
Well, you have that now though.
Yeah.
Because your current boo, I saw how.
Oh, no. My man is.
I've seen how he looked at you. I saw them off the record as well. See, I can vouch for you too.
Yeah,
I vouch for everybody.
Yeah.
I've seen Jessie and her boo. This man loves her. The way he looks at you. And the room was bumping.
Yeah, this was at the ABFF.
It was ABFF. It was Easter's party.
Yeah.
Everybody was there. It was very shiny people, and he was only looking at you. And I was like, look at that.
Yeah.
People get. And I was going through a breakup at the time, so I was like, I'm happy somebody in here is excited.
No, my man loves me down, and I will say this is the most emotionally intelligent relationship I've ever had.
It matters,
and I feel like it's not just his intelligence, but also his way of communicating with me and like also holding me accountable for stuff. Like sometimes I'll say something and he'll be like, no, that's not how you talk to me.
I love that.
Don't say that.
Self-advocacy.
Yeah, like, don't say that like that. Like, and like, I'm like, well, damn, all I said. He's like, still, watch your tone. Mm-hmm. Don't talk to me.
Oh, you
like
got
that.
you a grown man.
Oh, yeah, he grown. And I'd be like, ooh, I'm sorry, daddy.
Ooh, that's attractive. I like that for you, Fred. Jessie's going to be pregnant in about 17 minutes, y'all, talking about this man. There was one scene in the show that I really want to call out, though.
Which one?
There was a scene towards the end. I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't seen it. When Justin was offering to do something that could be seen as sweet. And is her name Keisha, right?
Yes.
She clocked it as him being clingy, not him being sweet.
Yep.
A lot of women will let men do things that are unhealthy but feel good to them as an ego stroke and pretend it means my man loves me, even though he's setting himself on fire to keep me warm. Mm-hmm. So I love that she was like, I know you care about me, but I don't think you actually want or need this. You're doing it because you're clinging to me.
Yep.
And I wish that we could have that in real life, because a lot of people will say they love somebody and they don't really love them. They just don't hate them and they're attached. Not hating somebody and loving somebody are two very different things.
Also, I think that if you see somebody not living up to their best potential, but them not living up to their best potential benefits you and you're just okay with it, you don't love that person.
You're also not a great person.
Yeah, you don't love that person.
Yeah.
You're actually kind of a manipulator, if you ask me. Like, it's just...
I think most people are manipulators when it comes to dating.
Really?
Though. Yeah. I think that's why for me dating is so tricky, because I'm not. And
Damn.
so, yeah, when you're not manipulated people and people think manipulation is love, they feel rejected by you.
Well, we're going to get into that.
Yeah.
Now, I just want to say just one thing about the Forever series. Well, actually, two things. Why are we down to the theater sucking dick? Now, I'm just saying.
Oh.
Now, listen, I was once in high school.
I ain't never sucked dick in no theater, though.
I don't want to come off, listen, sister, Keisha, I love you. This is just your auntie talking.
She annoyed the crap out of me in a lot of the scenes. I'm not even going to hold y'all.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, girl, why you reach down in that man's purse like that? Like,
immediately.
Like, just reach down in his purse and try to suck his dick. No, not
because he bought her a bag.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Why are we doing that?
TikTok. And TikTok,
oh my God.
If you buy me a bag, I have to suck your dick. That's how TikTok works.
And that's how the kids are growing up right now. When I was watching the series too, I kept thinking about friends that I have who are teachers.
Yeah.
They all keep saying how like TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, like the way it's molding the thought process of these kids.
Yeah.
For them to do stupid shit or get caught up in stupid things that can ruin their lives later on. I'm just like, dang, high school was hard for me, but I could not imagine having TikTok back then.
It's not just the kids though. I'm going to say something controversial but brave.
Lord.
There are a lot of young women that I come across under 35 but over 21, so that's an interesting age, who they think that they're feminist because they're being sexually revolutionary when they're actually just being reckless fuckboys. And so there's this thing that's happening where women think that equality for them means being just as toxic as the boys. And that's not what equality, like, we didn't fight for that. Like, your big sisters and your big cousins did not fight for you to just be as messy as the boys. It was for you to be more evolved and have equality. So I do hear a lot of times where when I was growing up, we had ethical sluts, right? The hoes had a code.
Yeah.
There was a hoe code,
and if
right?
you was a hoe, you was a good hoe.
Yeah. In fact, I used to trust hoes more than the church girls a lot of times because they had more ethics. And so for me, coming from the 90s and early 2000s to now seeing these younger girls who are just like, for example, being poly. Poly, it means that you actually love more than one person. It doesn't mean that you want to be able to lie to everybody. Some people don't know what poly means. So people think, well, I can't commit. I do not tell the truth. I lie all the time. So let me just date a bunch of people at the same time. That's not what poly means. That means you need to go to a therapist. And so I think that because the TikTok is making these words popular, kids are using under 35 people are using whatever words make what they're doing sound sexy as a way to justify their bullshit. And because there's a pretty word attached to it, now you can't call me out. Yes, I can.
Yeah.
Because words mean things and I know what they actually mean.
Period.
So Keisha, unfortunately, is a very accurate depiction of what a lot of young women are going through. And not just high school. Not just high school.
Just grown people.
Like you 30, ma'am.
Yeah.
Why you sucking dick in the movie theater?
Have you ever sucked dick in the movie theater?
No.
I've never sucked dick not even the eye pit.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Not even down to the eye pick.
I like the Alamo. It's more intimate.
I've never been to the Alamo.
They got chairs that go back and they come in and feed you. Like they walk over to you. I like being served.
Period.
I have like a Cleopatra thing.
Is it better than the eye pick?
It's more intimate.
Really?
It's
than the eye pick?
Yeah, it's like 20 people.
Oh, okay.
It's like 20 people in a movie theater watching a movie and they come and serve you. I like that.
Okay.
I like to be served.
And you never sucked dick down to the Alamo?
No.
I never sucked dick in a movie theater. I just always felt like I need to see what's going on. First of all, I need to see the dick.
I don't trust the floor. The floor is dirty.
That's
Forget
too.
the dick. The floor is dirty.
The seat's dirty too.
Yeah, I just don't like germs.
I need to see what's going on. I need to have one of them little lights that you shine and like, ooh.
Not the little red light.
So somebody just sucked dick just 30 minutes ago.
I have been to a play party though. That's why I paused. Yeah, I've been to a couple play parties back in my day.
What that mean?
Play parties.
What that mean?
People play.
What that mean?
They play like grown-ups. I don't do that anymore. I'm not saved because I'm Buddhist, but I'm older now. My knees hurt, so I don't do stuff like that anymore.
I didn't know you would numb your horengekyo.
Yeah, I had to be.
Period.
The Christian church tried to drive me crazy, child. I had to chant because I figured if Buddhism could help Tina get away from Ike, it could help me.
We have so much to talk about blue.
This show is sponsored by ADHD.
Which I know
I saw What's Love Got to Do with it.
I've never been diagnosed, but I think I have
she
it.
chanted and she left Ike Turner. I could do that.
If you could leave Ike Turner, bitch, you could leave anything.
It really worked. Nam yo ho renge kyo.
You could leave anything, bitch. One other thing too, there was a scene in Forever when Justin wanted to go check on Keisha.
Yeah.
And the mom was like, no, you can't go at this time. And the dad was like, listen, have your phone on. If we text you, answer immediately. What do you do if you get stopped by the police? Exactly. Mm-hmm. And I just felt like more men need that.
Y'all need daddies.
Yeah.
Because a lot of men either have a mother who's a helicopter mom.
Yeah.
Or the new trick is the nice guys who have mad female friends who are doing the same thing. So nice guys who have female friends are a red flag for me.
Why?
Because a lot of times, if you have a nice guy who has female friends, one of them wants to fuck him, already did.
Yup.
One of them is territorial and thinks that she's his mama.
Yup.
Another one is just worried that you're going to take his place and her place and that he won't be available to her anymore. I'm not fighting with 3 bitches who are not sleeping with you.
Damn.
And so unless you know how to set boundaries, I avoid men who need to be surrounded by women. Because what I've learned in my experience is if a man needs to be constantly surrounded by women, he has a mother wound that hasn't been tended to. And if he can't set a boundary with her, I'm going to have to compete with her for his...
Yeah.
I'm not doing all of that, right? And also, too, let's be really honest, men need male friends. Why do you have 15 homegirls and 1 guy friend?
They do.
So who's telling you when you're on some bullshit?
But also, male friends, they don't be talking about nothing.
Nothing.
Like, my daddy died. Oh, damn, that's crazy.
And
you're not going to ask him why, how his daddy died? You're
right,
not
like, is he okay? I don't know. I saw him at the basketball court. He's not okay.
You just saw him last week. You didn't think to ask him how... I saw your dad on Thursday. Your daddy died Sunday. What happened?
Exactly.
It's just, that's
and the
fucked
female
up.
friend will be like, oh, come over. I'll make you a plate and I'll put your head on my bosom. You can come sleep in my bed. I'm not doing all of that. If I have a guy that I like and he has a lot of female friends, I need to meet them immediately. Because I need to smell them. Why can't I meet them? Because you're probably having a sexually charged, inappropriate relationship with her that you think is fun and flirty that you don't want me to show up and like ruin. Because it ruins it when he has a girlfriend all of a sudden.
Do you think that for some guys, it might just be fun and flirty surface level for them, but it might be deeper for the woman and the guy doesn't understand that?
It's inappropriate. Here's my thing. I would never say anything behind your back. Because I have mad guy friends. So people have said, but Blue, aren't you a hypocrite? You have a crazy amount of male friends. No, because all my male friends, when they get a girlfriend, I want to meet her immediately. I look into her face. Whenever I talk about him, I say we should do something nice for him. She's always included.
Yeah.
So she knows immediately I'm rooting for y'all. If they have problems, I'm always like taking up her side. Well, did you think about what she's feeling? I'm a great female friend, which is why I can clock the ones who are on some bullshit.
Okay.
I know a real female friend versus a woman who is territorial. And here's the thing too. Young black men, when they're in a household where it's their mom and their aunt and their sister, they're often the only man in that household.
Yep.
And so they have golden boy syndrome.
And then when you come in...
Here, now I'm a bitch because I have boundaries.
Yeah, it's daggers for you.
You're not going to make his plate?
Yeah.
You just cheated on me. Can we talk about that instead? No, there's a lot
Not my son.
Not my son.
Not my son.
No,
my son.
If you have a bunch of female friends... I need to see how you set boundaries, and I need to make sure that I'm not competing with somebody who should not be competing with me, including your mama.
Okay.
I don't get nervous meeting mothers.
Have you ever met a mom and was like, absolutely not?
Yeah, and she could read it on me. Mothers know who to mess with. I walk into a room wondering if I like you. I don't care if you like me. Do I like you?
Period.
And if I like you, I'm going to be lovely. If I don't like you, I'm going to mind my business.
Have you ever dated a Haitian man and met his mother?
Once.
How was that?
One and done. It was once. Did you not hear the numbers, Jessica? It was one good time. It happened one good time.
I'll never forget I was dating this man called Sadak.
Wow. Wow, that's Florida Haitian. That's not Boston Haitian.
That is Florida.
There's different Haitians, y'all.
And his mom was like, c'est chaque jour pour faire manger. You have to cook for my son every day.
Oh, my son.
My son don't eat no leftover. You have to cook for my son every day. My son. I was like, girl, he ain't gotta eat no leftover. He can go to McDonald's, Burger
Oh, wow.
King.
Well, just okay, this is middle ground.
Yeah.
Between, I will say, though, mothers like me when they want their sons to be in a relationship. It's the mothers who want to have them in their bosom and have them be there. It's called emotional incest, by the way.
Lord.
When a mother acts like the son is the father who left, that's emotional incest.
Lord.
I do not play any of that shit. And I'll point it out. I'm like, is that your husband?
You've said that.
Yeah, I've said that. What's good?
Girl, how did that end for you?
She got. I was fine. I'm always gonna be okay. I'll knock all this shit over. Okay. Worry about her. I was okay. Ask her how she was. Have her come on the pod. Ask her how she was doing. That lady came into my house. No, because she did something that was inappropriate, and I was like, "Is that your husband?" And she was like, "Excuse me." I was like, "No, it's just. I don't understand what's happening. I feel like you and I got beef. Is this real house? What's happening?" And he laughed nervously.
Right.
And she laughed. And we looked into each other. I looked at her. She looked at me. I looked at her. And there was a moment she was like, I like her. I was like, yeah, it was good. Right. She actually liked me. We got along. Down. Mothers who want a son who's going to date a woman who they know is going to have his back. If it's a good mom. There have been other mothers that I've met where one look into my eyes, she was disheveled because she knew that I was the one that was going to. It's fine. My thing is your ecosystem has to celebrate your relationship or you have the wrong ecosystem.
Very true.
Because I've had a couple of friends recently, actually, well, they're no longer friends. I have a couple of fresh enemies who've recently tried to sabotage. Here's the thing I'm going to tell you about dating in LA and just dating in like New York, LA, DC, Miami. A lot of people do not have a problem with my confidence. They have a problem with me having my confidence. If somebody else had it.
I feel like I know somebody who felt like that about you. But I'm going to tell you after the pod.
Yeah, tell me after the pod.
Yeah,
no, a lot of people, my confidence, like it ruffles their feathers, right? Yes. And it's several reasons. Number one, if you and I look anything alike and you're downtrodden and can't get no dick and I'm out here living my dreams, now what's your excuse? I look like you and I don't have the same problems as you. It might just be you.
I know a person who felt like that. But
I trigger basic people.
What that is, though.
Oh, it's a reflection. I'm a mirror. So if you don't like the reflection, are you going to blame the mirror or the person who's looking at the mirror? That's not about me at all.
Damn.
When people look at me and they like what they see in themselves coming out of me, we're friends.
Yes.
If you look into me and you don't like what you see in the mirror, the reflection, then you might want to have a one-sided beef. But that's not called beef. That's just called being salty.
Damn.
Yeah, you just mad by yourself.
Damn, Blue.
I'm at home chilling with the nigga that you couldn't get. So that's why I have to be. And his mama liked me, right? So.
And his mama liked me.
Well, here's the thing, right? People are fat phobic. They're colorist. They're ageist. Yeah. There's all these reasons why I should not be this happy. And yet here I am, a Haitian unicorn, laughing in your face.
Period.
Because I'm confrontational.
Period. No, speaking of that too, I want to touch on dating.
Oof.
Because you're in LA, and I just had the young ladies from Good Mom, Bad Choices.
I love them.
I love them too. They were really great, phenomenal. It was my first time meeting them. They were great. But we're kind of touching about dating in LA.
Yeah.
How do y'all do this?
We import-export.
She just said that.
Yeah, we import.
Miller said that.
I import a lot of dick from New York, DC. I just import.
How are the tariffs?
I mean, Delta got points.
Okay.
I don't fly nobody in. You got to use your own points.
Girl, I wasn't. Nah.
I'm not paying for dick.
I was just joking.
Although a lot of men want to be the princess.
Oh, they do.
So I have a math equation for you. If you want to know what it's like dating in LA, an LA man, not LA native, LA transplant man is the equivalent of like a South Bronx woman. Like a New York woman is the same thing as an LA man.
Explain.
New York women are beautiful, but a little rah-rah. And LA men are homosexuals who want to be hypermasculine, but you got to slip in your wallet for them to pay for dinner when nobody's looking.
My Lord.
It's a little metrosexual. And there's a lot of men out here who are really attractive, but don't have any money for rent. So if he wants to come over, ask him where's he going after, because he might try to live with you.
Immediately too?
Homosexuals are a thing. I had a friend, I'm not going to say his name. We were doing a show together. And every week he'd go on a date. And I was like, you date a lot. And he had a girl back home. And he was like, I was like, why are you cheating on your girl? He's like, no, I just need housing.
Oh, he was staying
He told me, yeah. He would show up to dates with like a little overnight bag. But it was like a nice leather satchel. They all get nice swag because they're all content creators and they get nice free swag that they don't have to pay for. So the looks are, they put that shit on. They didn't pay for it, but they put it on.
There was one guy who I'm not friends with anymore, but he's a LA dude, but he's like a transplant. And when I tell you, he looks the part. Like, I think a lot of people don't realize.
Bad bitches everywhere. Men. The men are bad bitches out here.
Bad bitch.
Yeah.
And
no rent.
So every time he would come to Atlanta, there's this really, really good restaurant that you have to go to. It's called Apartment 4B. It is owned by a St. Lucian woman. Her name's Tasha.
Invite me to Atlanta. I want to have a reason to go.
Oh, come on.
I need a reason to go to Atlanta. Seriously, I just need a
on.
Reason.
You know what? I'll find a good event weekend. Come on down.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
So yes, and so he would be like, oh, meet me at Apartment 4B. So I remember I showed up one time and it was time to pay. He's like, oh, I don't pay for nothing. Like, I just tagged the place. I don't pay for nothing.
Oh, that must be nice.
And I was like, oh, what do you mean you don't pay? And it's like, I mean, it's not crazy expensive.
The question is, could you pay if you had to? That's the question.
That's the thing. It's like, it's not even crazy expensive. Like, it's like $20 a meal, bro. Like, are you okay?
No, he's not. He's not okay.
No.
I hate when boys talk about gold diggers. There's no gold to be dug.
Nothing.
How am I a gold digger? Where's the gold?
Where is it? You can't even pay.
And I don't
for
date for money. I will say this before anybody gets the wrong idea. I don't date for money. I've always made more money than most men that I date. I'm being very honest.
Really?
Yeah, because here's the thing. When a rich man tries to court a woman like me, he wants to, in exchange for providing, for me to like talk less and be less honest. And that's not a thing. I got the tism. Like, I can't, even if I wanted to, I couldn't do that.
Not the tism.
I'm level 1 autistic. I'm high functioning. Some of y'all lie about being autistic. I was actually diagnosed. I'm not using it I'm not using it as an excuse to be a bad person. And by the way, people who are autistic, we can still take accountability.
Hello.
Which camera do I need to tell that to, right? So being autistic does not mean that you can't take accountability.
It's a certain bitch in this town who won't leave another bitch alone.
Right.
But we won't say the bitch name.
As an actual autistic person who is high functioning, I tell all my dates on the first date about my autism.
Really?
I have to.
What's their response?
Well, I usually say it like this. So check it. I really like you. You know how you know? Because I can't lie, right? So I'm a level 1 autistic. I'm neurodivergent, which means do not drop hints. They will go right over my head. I don't pick up nonverbal social cues. And if I say something, you don't need to translate. I will always say exactly what I mean.
Period.
Guess what? That first date conversation usually ends up being the reason we break up at the end because they don't believe me. So a man will drop hints, literally do everything I said not to do on the first date. And then when I have to break up with him, like, so 3 months ago, I told you not to do this, right? So you already know where this is going. Yeah. Thank you for your services.
Follow through with that.
Always. I'm never bluffing. I love when people call my bluff because I'm never bluffing.
Never.
I'm always ready.
Never.
Yeah. And here's the thing too. Being neurodivergent is interesting because I think a lot of people are undiagnosed, particularly in this industry. So I think there's a lot of dyslexic people, a lot of people with OCD, a lot of people with ADHD. If you're in Hollywood or the media,
I feel like I've never been diagnosed, but I feel like I have it.
You got a little
I sing
touch of
a lot.
something.
I sing a lot of
That's
my
stimming.
phrases.
You're stimming. And so
what's that called?
So stimming is when you're soothing yourself. So if you're overstimulated, you might sing to like help you focus and like get back into your body. That's a form of
Oh damn.
There's a lot of neurodivergent tics. Like Kendrick Lamar is clearly, I'm not diagnosing him, but he's clearly neurodivergent, right? He's been having a stim all year. Mustard, that's a stim.
Oh my god.
And there's videos all over TikTok of autistic kids who are talking for the first time because of Kendrick Lamar lyrics. That's not what happened to me as a kid. I didn't talk for 4 years because I was a nonverbal autistic kid. And then I heard a Michael Jackson song that I really liked it and just started screaming Michael Jackson on top of my lung.
What song was it?
What is it? Billie Jean? It's not my. It's a little inappropriate.
Lord have mercy.
Yeah, the kid is not your son. It was a little
My
inappropriate. But Michael Jackson helped me talk. And so
Really?
music helps a lot of autistic kids tap in. So what do you think happens? A kid who's autistic, has ADHD or dyslexia, is undiagnosed, knows they're different, knows they're weird, is constantly overstimulated, is 1 minute very, very social, but then wants to hide and be moody in their room.
That's me.
I'm describing everybody in Hollywood.
I was a cancer.
No, I'm describing everybody in Hollywood. And so I would say most people in media probably have a little bit of something. I'm just the person who actually got diagnosed and has a name for mine.
Damn.
Yeah.
So right now, are you dating?
Yes.
And how is it?
Sure. I said I was going to be positive because my husband could be watching this. Hit up Jessie, okay? No, here's the thing.
Yeah.
I have a new rule.
Okay.
I will not tell my friends who I'm dating unless we've had 3 healthy, good dates.
I like that.
Yeah, so I haven't told my friends about anybody in about a year. And I've been on a lot of dates. Because what ends up happening is I get love bombed a lot.
Damn,
A
why?
lot. Because I'm
here?
everywhere.
Oh yeah, they looking for a place to stay. They're
looking for a place to stay. They're looking for. I didn't know clout was a thing. I didn't realize that you don't have to be a celebrity for men to date you.
Oh yes, Blue, you're around a lot of.
I didn't realize that was a thing, friend.
Yes.
So when I'm introducing you to folks, I'm not realizing that you're dating me because you're trying to get put on. That's weird.
Did you ever hear the pastor swindler story?
No, but now I need to go find it because I didn't. You know who told me? Mike.
Oh, he knew about the pastor swindler?
No, our friend Haitian Goyo, Mike Goyo.
Yes.
He's like my cousin, and he was like, Blue, that boy was probably with you because you kept on name dropping. I said, but I wasn't name dropping. He said, how was your day?
You don't realize it because you're just telling him your day.
You asked me how my day was, and I'm telling you who I saw today.
Yeah.
How's that a name drop? So what did I say? I had lunch?
Yes.
I can't even say Jessie Woo. I just sat in the studio and just talked to myself.
No, literally.
And that's wild, bro.
It's wild because like you don't think of it like that, but they do. Like
it's lame.
Suddenly they're looking at you. Like I remember this pastor swindler. I had to do an ABFF two years ago, two summers ago.
2023.
Yes, and I did for Rap Shit for Issa's show.
I know, I love Rap Shit.
Amazing show.
FHBO for
okay.
Never mind, sorry.
But anyway, the pastor swindler dude. He was in Miami. He said he was presenting the film, whatever. I invited him to the Rap Shit thing. Mm-hmm. This dude goes and tells people Issa Rae and her folks flew him down to Miami.
Oh boy,
he took pictures at the event. And
are you serious?
Yes.
No.
That he was selling a show to Issa Rae. We down to the Raedio house right now. We are at Raedio house.
We are. It's cute in here.
Shout out to Issa. And the whole squad, May, G for all y'all. Mm-hmm. This man went and I never told G for this story. This man said that Issa flew him down to Miami.
There's also another side of that though. There's the clout chasers because that sounds like he might have been a homosexual too, child.
Oh yeah, girl. He owed $40,000 in back rent.
Wait, why do you know his business? Why is this a Netflix docuseries?
Listen, my homeboy don't play about me. My homeboy was like, girl, I don't think he paying his rent. I think he's.
Why is it always our guy friends who have to clock
I'm
other
telling
men?
You. Like we called down to the office. We pretended like he was him. Yeah, we're ready for your $40,000 payment.
Oh my God.
He was staying at a high rise downtown.
So there's two kinds of men. I feel like we're doing the Lord's work right now. There's if you are in this industry, apparently even if you're a working class creative who is not famous, and people certain people, there's either the clout chaser, like Pastor Swindler, or there's the man who's intimidated and now resents you.
Yes.
That's what I've been coming across because I learned how to see the clout chasers, but now I'm meeting men who like resent the fact that they can't impress me. With whatever they used to use to impress girls at the Piggly Wiggly. Like, I don't mind going to the Cheesecake Factory. Like, I'm not even that girl.
I love the Cheesecake Factory.
I am bougie. But I pay for my own bougie, right? Yeah. I don't judge people. I'm actually not judgmental at all, right? If you tell me that, although I have to work on that because being judgmental a little bit is helpful.
I judge.
See, that's not good, friend. We'll talk about it in a second. But there's some men who are competing with you. Judge. If a guy hears that, I had a guy, and I have a new trick. If a guy I'm talking to does not ever engage with my posts, I know he's salty about the space that I take up in the world. I dated it. Well, sorry, I didn't date. I entertained, because you have to use language. I entertained a young man for several months who I knew was stalking my page because every time we hung out, he would mention intricate details about what I had done on social media, but never liked anything. Never engaged with it. Not even a congratulations.
That's weird.
And then after we fell out, something I did went viral on TikTok, and then he wrote a dig. Like he wrote a diss underneath it. So the first time you engage with me is to say something nasty about a win.
Nasty.
I was like, oh, so you a bad bitch who was competing with me this entire time. That's why we didn't work. Yeah. And guess what? He had mad female friends. Baddies all hang out together.
Let's talk about female friends. Mm-hmm. What do you think about because I was talking about this with the young ladies too. Like, I feel like in this industry, sometimes I do feel like making friends with women is kind of difficult too because there's this competition. Mm-hmm. I feel like more of us need to collaborate.
Absolutely.
But there is a lot of underlying competition. I feel like that kind of makes way for us not to have lasting friendships. So
this is interesting. I think I would tweak the language to be feminine energy because... And let me choose my words carefully because I feel like we've already done controversial things today. Lord. Feminine energy can be found in men and women. Mm-hmm. Masculine energy can be found in men and women, right?
Yeah.
I recognize that my cheat code is feminine energy is often socialized to be passive aggressive. So whether you're dealing with
that's a toxic trait.
A very feminine woman, or even a gay man, or a queer man, or a gender fluid man, feminine energy is passive aggressive. Because I can't be, my brain won't let me. I have a whole neurological disorder. I'm a very direct communicator. So I already know if you're a hyper feminine person who is passive aggressive, I'm probably going to irritate the fuck out of you, because the things that you're trying to say, I'm just going to say them. Right? So now you think I'm coming at you when I'm really just being a direct communicator. So I have a problem with feminine energy. But masculine energy, whether it's tomboys, women who are tomboys, or just real like men, I have no problem with. And so I'm not the kind of girl who says, oh, it's hard making female friends. I always say women who are hyper feminine and passive aggressive are not my type of people. Men who are hyper feminine and passive, because I've had the same problems with certain gay men as I do with women, so I can't even gender it anymore. But if you're someone who respects direct communication, regardless of your gender, we're good. If you're someone who likes to kiki in the corner and talk shit, but then smile in my face, we're not kindred. And when I started looking at like that rather than gender, suddenly I found myself with a really great and safe group of people who have this perfect example, Kendall.
Yeah, I love
Kendall is a straight fucking shooter.
Yeah, he is.
And so he and I immediately got along.
Yeah, he is.
We have another friend who's not a straight shooter, but comes off much nicer. Lion ass snake. I don't talk to that person, right? Mind you, they're both men. But one acts like, I don't want to call a man a bitch. One acts very feminine.
Mind you.
He's in his divine feminine. He's in his soft girl era.
Mind
and one is a grown ass man that we both love. So for me, it's about communication style more than gender. Because a lot of these men out here are just as, you've seen when you watch Real Housewives of Atlanta and Peter's argue with the girls as much as Nene is.
Yeah.
So I don't want to make it just about the girls, but catty feminine energy in general is not my bag, and I avoid them like the plague, because you are going to be pissed, because I'm always going to be winning in some kind of way. So just prepare to be salty early.
So what do you think, like, the girls in this town, Hollywood, like, how can we do better at friendships?
Stop comparing yourself. Comparative thought makes it impossible to be friends. Oprah has a rule. She said the reason why Gayle King is my best friend, because Gayle King doesn't want to be Oprah.
Yep.
I do not friend anybody who wants my spot, because where am I going to go?
Yeah.
If you take my spot, where am I going to go?
Yeah.
So I only have friends who can celebrate. Like you mentioned rap shit, right? I'm very cool with Sarita. I champion her all the fucking time. Sarita knows if she's having a bad day, she can call me at 2 a.m. I will pick up. And the thing about Sarita...
Speaking of Sarita, what's the name?
One of Them Days?
One of Them Days was so good.
I know. I'm so proud of my friend. But the thing about her that I love is that, like, she knows that no matter what she's going through, I'm not going to judge her. And I also don't care that she's successful. I'll champion her. But if the movie hadn't done well, she knows that I would still have her back, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people in this industry in particular, especially in LA, they feel like you only want to be my friend because I'm up. And I want all my friends to know, even if you're like in between blessings, I have your fucking back.
Yeah.
If you're about to be canceled, well, did you do it? First of all, I don't want to be on the wrong side of history.
Did you choke her?
Right. If you actually did it, we might have to talk. But if you're a decent, kind person, I'm going to be there with you for the ebbs and the flows. Where in this industry, I was pressed for a long time. I worked at the Griot for 10 years as a senior writer.
Yes, you did.
And I had a lot of celebrity friends that I thought really cared about me. The minute I left the Griot and I didn't have a press pass, my phone calls went unanswered.
How'd that feel?
It hurt me deeply, because these were people that I would ride for, right? And so it was like, oh, you didn't actually care about me. It's that there's 10 million people reading my article every week, and so you know that I can move the needle. And there's some people who almost got canceled but didn't because of me. There's stories that I killed for people. Like a couple of scandals came across my desk, and I used my press connects to kill those stories. Like, no, let's get the other side. Let's give them a heads up. But I never thought that was the whole point of the friendship. I thought that was just the icing on the cake. No, that was the cake.
You sound like another friend of mine. She works over at CNN. We were having a conversation recently, and she said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, that's fucked up. And I think for me too, I've had ebbs and flows in my journey, and I feel like,
girl, you been up.
No, I feel like, for instance, like Love and Hip Hop days.
Oh yeah. And
I feel like there were certain people who would swarm around me, and then when I didn't do that anymore, then you don't hear from them anymore.
Yep.
Or like when my music was up, there were certain rooms or certain, then it's like when that kind of dissipates, so I feel like I've learned like who are my friends and who are the types of people that I can build.
It's hurtful though.
It hurts a lot.
People forget that you're people. Like, it's so funny because like one of my closest friends right now is Estelle. Amazing singer.
I love Estelle.
Amazing person.
She's down to earth.
She's a Capricorn.
Yeah. Oh, okay. My man.
She's very much. Yeah, she's very much a Capricorn, right? And so, or Bridget. Bridget's an Aries, but she's an Aries with some sense, child.
I thought I was cool with Bridget.
Bridget's lovely. Ooh. Bridget is, I love her. That's my sister. Bridget has no issues. Fix your face, friend. I'm about to be a lawyer.
Let me tell you what happened.
Oop. We're about to go there.
We was cool, but then she had a puss-ass co-host.
Who's no longer friends with her. And they're in
And the co-host, I saw them in person.
Yeah.
That co-host, she was riding and dying for the uncivil bitch.
Because she's a loyal friend. Aries are very loyal.
No. The other
co-host.
Yeah. She was a dumb bitch.
Yeah.
Like, when everything was happening with Karen was passing around a video of me being searched. Like, she thought she was going to eat. She didn't know that I was going to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So then she was helping her pass it around. And she was like, I'm like, girl, I don't have any beef with you. Why are you, like, coming in this? But anyway, so when everything was happening on Twitter, she inserted herself into it. So it's like, I'm going to drag you, which I did. Yeah. But then she started saying things about me that were not true. And I'm not even going to dig it up, but I killed everything that they were saying. So anyway, when I saw, I think Charles was having a party somewhere in Atlanta. Yeah, I go to the party and I saw Bridget. I hugged Bridget. Mind you, I go by myself.
You a brave bitch. I love that.
I am. I'm gonna go by myself.
You're not a pussy asshole.
No, I'm not. So I hug Bridget. I say hi, whatever, cool. Then, the hippopotamus bitch, she shows up. Ooh. And she like goes and sits with some other girls. Cool, whatever. Doesn't say anything to me. I don't say anything to her. Then that week, the other girl's co-host hits me up because I was friends with her. She hits me up because they had another podcast. And she's like, did you recently see, what's her name? And I'm like, yeah, I saw her. She was like, did you like get in a fight with her? I'm like, no. So she was like, oh, her and Bridget were on the podcast, like talking about how they was going to do this and that to you if you would have bucked. And I'm like, what? That makes no sense. I hugged Bridget. Yeah. So then like I go watch it for myself and I'm like, I expect the other puss asshole to talk like that.
Right.
I was like, I hugged you. I greeted you. Why would you be on this? Oh, I was waiting for her to do something and we was going to jump her. And if she hit me, I will say this. I'll let her hit me first. No, bitch. No. That's not. No, I'm from Miami-Dade County. I ain't got to wait for a bitch to hit me.
I will say this though, right? And this is a sword that I've had to die on. Me and Bridget, one of the things that we both had to learn over the last year in particular is what misplaced loyalty looks like. So when you ride for I'm like the same way too, right? If I have a friend and there's somebody who has beef with them, I'm ready. Like, what's good?
I understand.
So it's one of those things, and now they're not cool no more, right? So like, it's one of those things where it's almost like when you watch those TV shows where you ride for somebody until they turn on you, and you're like, oh shit, maybe what I heard was real. So I would say, and this is not me caping from my friend, is that she learned the hard way who she was dealing with. Exactly, right? And now she understands about discernment. And I had to learn that lesson the hard way as well. Because there's several people that I used to give the side eye to out of loyalty to my friend. And when the friend ended up being an asshole, I now had to like look at the room differently.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, I used to think you were a piece of shit because all the stories she told me. But if she lied about me, she probably lied about you too. And that's the thing that I think a lot of us have to learn with friendship is, and this is why I say about judgment. I don't believe in being a judgmental person, but I do believe in judging character. And so I was so busy trying not to be judgmental that my discernment suffered. There were certain people who were shitty to everybody else, and I never thought it was going to be my turn. Everybody gets a fucking turn.
I'm different.
Everybody gets a turn.
For me, I don't have to wait for the person. And I think I'm one of those people who will call something early on and then people are like, damn, Jess, you always, and then they always got to come back to me and be like, you were right.
I keep it to myself. Here's the thing.
I do like, I told you.
You got to be careful though. People resent the messenger. They do. A lot of times.
They do.
So that's why I intentionally, my thing is if a friend is moving in a snake-like way, what I've learned to do now, I'm not telling anybody shit. I'm leaving. I don't got to warn nobody about you. Me and you are not in the same room anymore. And so I have a couple of friends that I did a podcast with. We no longer do a podcast because I realized they were being mean girls. But they love being recognized from being on my show though. So you don't mind the perks of being on my show and sitting next to me. But when people are asking, hey, Blue teaches a workshop, how is it? Kendall's telling everybody on TikTok, this workshop's amazing. You should take her class. It changed my life. But you like, it's all right, I guess. Really? Because you were crying in class and you had a 3-hour conversation about how I changed your life, but you can't give me a testimonial, right? So you have to realize to leave early, but to also recognize that some people have to learn the hard way. I had to learn the hard way. Bridget had to learn the hard way. But I defended that girl too, right? And here's the thing that's so interesting about that young lady who I don't need to talk about, but I just want to clear it up. She and I have never had words. But she thinks we have.
Neither.
Because she got drunk one night and put me in a group chat and I immediately left and she was arguing with somebody else thinking it was me.
Oh God.
Somebody who doesn't even know I'm not even.
Ass.
The fact that I left the chat and you thought that you were arguing with me and it was somebody else, I was like, anybody who can't even read the name on the chat is not somebody I need to be having intellectual discourse with.
Yeah.
But I don't want to say I wish her the best because I don't do that. That's a lie. I wish her whatever she deserves. No, I don't lie. I told you I have a neurological disability. You saw me try to lie. I tried just now. You see how that works? I wish her whatever she deserves that's going to get her to a good place. And if it's something good because she's evolved and got a better therapist, great. If it's something else, whatever, right? But I don't believe in toxic positivity. I don't wish you a good day to show that I'm a good person.
Period.
I wish you whatever God thinks you deserve. Me and God are good.
Period.
I don't know where you live. But Bridget, I love you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have anything against Bridget. It's just like
she was being a ride or die.
When it happened, I was like, okay, well, I guess I gotta unfollow you now. Like, I'm like, damn, I thought we were cool, and I've always thought Bridget was very talented.
She's incredibly
very
talented.
Sweet. So I do wish her well.
Yes,
so,
but nice people who pick the wrong friends, we always catch that L though. We always have to be like, fuck, I done told that girl I was gonna mollywop her. Now I realize I should have mollywopped you instead. This is awkward.
Exactly.
It's a lesson.
It's a lesson.
Have you ever had misplaced loyalty with somebody in the public eye?
Oh, yes.
You good? Did you just time travel? Are you still with us? Did I trigger the host?
Yes.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, yes.
How did you deal with it? Because the public eye is interesting. They get it wrong.
I want a lawsuit.
Oh, okay. Well, let's pivot.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, listen.
I want a lawsuit.
I want a lawsuit.
What kind of show is this? I feel like y'all got me confessing.
Listen. We're gonna wrap it up. But no, I definitely think that, like you just said, there are lessons to learn. And I think, just speaking of that lawsuit too, I think that was like my last time I said, I will not do that again. I will not ride and die. Because I did a lot for this young lady and in the process, and I used a lot of my resources to help this young lady. And I was like, okay, I will not do that anymore. I do feel like in friendships, just like in relationships, like loyalty has to be earned. Yeah. Naturally, I'm gonna be there for you, but there's just levels to that. Like you have to make people earn you, and it's okay. It's okay to make people earn you and set boundaries. And when you feel that it's appropriate to, exercise your loyalty.
I love that you said that you did a lot for her, because I used to be confused. I used to think that people would only hate on you if they felt left behind. So I always made it a point to bring my friends with me on my journey. Like when I was doing White House correspondent work, they told me I could have one guest. I brought 9 of my homies.
Period.
I was like, these are all my assistants.
That's how you should do it.
Barack Obama called security on me because we were making too much noise.
Oh, damn. Okay,
I mean, we got a little lit. We were swag surfing in the White. It was a lot. Okay. But like, I thought, okay, they're going to be happy. I go to the bathroom. They don't know I'm in the stall. They're talking shit. She thinks she a big deal just because she took us to meet Michelle and Barack. Yes, I do. What the fuck? Like, you're mad that I took you to
White House?
Yes. And so I went home and I was like devastated. I was like, you've turned the picture of you at the White House into your profile picture. So clearly it means a lot to you. Mm-hmm. I called my mom and I said, Mommy, it's happened again. And she said to me, you know what your problem is? You think being generous is going to save you. Some people resent that you have it to give. You think giving is going to mean that, oh, you're coming along, you have no reason to be mad. Some people resent that you have a surplus to give them. And so that's what you're not clocking. You thought being stingy was going to get you in trouble. Sometimes being generous is what makes people resent you. Abundant bitches.
And that's why, too, I don't think people-pleasing is a good idea.
Oh, no. First of all, people-pleasers are liars. Mm-hmm. It's completely impossible to please everybody and tell the truth. Yeah. So I'm not even going to feel bad for you. No. By the way, if there's any water signs, shout out to you. I love y'all, but there's one thing I would like y'all to stop saying. My problem is I love too much. I'm too generous and my heart's too big. We're going to wrap this shit up. All right. No, thank you so much. There's no such thing. I want to get this off. There's no such thing as loving too much. That just means you suck at setting boundaries. You are not Jesus Christ. There's no such thing as loving too much. Love is not the issue. Boundaries is, or the lack thereof any. I just want to put that out there.
Just so you know, I'm a Cancer. I never say that.
And I love that because I want to see your chart. I want to see your chart.
Yeah.
There's some fiery there's some ticky boom in there.
I know I have Sagittarius.
Oh, that ticky boom. There you go.
Yeah, and I think I'm a double Cancer. I have to check. I think I'm a
Sag will leave you mid-sentence.
Yeah.
They'll leave mid-sentence.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, no, but for people who think that their problem is that their hearts are too big or that they love too much, there's no such thing.
No.
You just suck at setting boundaries.
No.
Yeah.
No. What blue thing?
This was fun.
I feel like we could do this for another 2 hours.
We really could have, child. And I apologize to anybody who caught a stray. Jessie tricked me. She tricked me.
Mind you, she's drinking water. I did not give this lady nothing. No truth serum or nothing.
I might have had an edible.
Okay, see.
Legally obtained because I'm in LA.
Period. Mm-hmm. All right, well, thank you so much, Blue. Let the people know exactly how to follow you again, how to support you. Do you have anything coming up?
Well, I teach an emotional intelligence class, but registration is closed. The class is full. But for right now, you can follow me at Bluecentric, BLUECENTRIC, on Instagram and Twitter, and then at Telusma on TikTok. For some reason, I'm doing better on TikTok than everywhere.
You do great.
But I'm not a TikToker. I'm old enough to be that mama.
It's okay.
Apparently, they like it when you tell them about themselves on TikTok.
It's great. Please follow her. And y'all, make sure that you're following Jess A Couple Things on every platform that stream podcasts. Leave me a review. Make sure it's 5 stars. I'm a 5-star bitch. Amen. Make sure that you follow me on every streaming podcast platform. And yeah, thank you so much for tuning in, Blue. Thank you so much for coming. This was great. You have to come back.
I'll definitely come back.
You have to come back. And until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. I just turn the water on. Big old flex. She never saw before. He's chasing me like waterfall.
Pioneer.